her mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
This is Dev B Music.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on the white.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And he returns this to the 22 between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. 4-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. At the 39-yard line. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 29, Watson. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Sliding out of the pocket toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15.
The tackle made.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 67 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 3-3.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the air now with Watson rolling to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
2 yards.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that hole right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To the air yet again. Watson eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Man, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses to me have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On play action, Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. He's letting it fly for Cook, and that's caught inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Complete.
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit. He'll run it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Flushed out right. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10.
Makes the score Browns 13, Ravens 10.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Raven first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down at
a gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A 10-yard line.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 2nd and 15. From the gun, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Watson gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
You got three down. Check 26, check 26.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Set him back 5. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going for it. It's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Watson eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Steps away. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down. Watson being chased out left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
End of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Now it's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Gano's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Watson, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 4th down.
4th down.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson, escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brought down at the 26.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 20.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
The ball carrier.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Carried by number 20.
The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
At the 3-yard line.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.